What's going on, everyone? So Dave McMenamin said the other day and kind of gave us a little insight into kind of where the Lakers are at as far as potentially working out a trade, and that, yes, the Lakers are still in the market for a trade. So that's what Lakers front office, expected them, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, to do, and they are still looking at this group as being 10 months or so removed from the Western Conference Finals. And the patriarch of the Lakers franchise, late Dr. Buss, had the philosophy if he viewed the Lakers as being a Western Conference Finals finalist contender, then he would go into the subsequent season willing to push draft capital and take on salary to get them a little bit of an edge. Also followed up, there's still people within the organization that view business that same way. The Lakers management knows with the right tweaking, they can get them back to that level this year. So, again, according to this report, the Lakers and some people within the Lakers organization, doesn't say who, hopefully it's Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, but that, hey, the Lakers and management and everybody are still looking at this team as, hey, they were just in the conference finals. Right? They're just removed from the conference finals. And there was this consensus even last season that, hey, if the Lakers either beat Denver or find a way to avoid Denver, they're in the NBA finals. Right? Denver seems to be the one team that everybody's just like, the Lakers can't beat. And look, Denver swept them one year and then beat them in 5 the next. So, that's a fair assessment. However, I do think Denver got worse this season, so maybe it's a different season. But nonetheless, right, this is a team that I do believe currently constructed. Could they be in the conference finals? Could they still win a championship? Of course. You still have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You hopefully have a better health this year. You have better coaching. You have a better schedule. It's a tough schedule. It's a very tough schedule, but you don't have as many back-to-backs. You don't have as many 3 games in 4 nights, right? There's scheduling-wise, you could look at is a better schedule, just better chemistry, right? Better lineup rotation structure. You're not going to have Darvin Ham just going off the rails, right? So I do think that this is a team with the right matchups and just like anybody can get to the conference finals, right? And then once you're in the conference finals, you trust LeBron James and Anthony Davis to get it done. And as long as it's not Denver, you're in the NBA finals, right? And then I think the Lakers can beat anybody. I don't think there's any team in the NBA that you look at and just go, the Lakers have no chance of beating. Right? Even Denver, right? Lakers should have won that series last year, right? But again, that second half, those inconsistencies that were not addressed during the regular season, right? And I mean, even Patrick Beverley recently said that Darvin Ham even apologized to him for not, for not practicing more, not taking it. And that was one of the big reasons why Darvin Ham supposedly got fired, was his lack of preparation, right? And then his in-game adjustments were awful, right? And so I just look at all the positives, and on top of all the ailments that the Lakers had last season, they still won 47 games, right? So many people talk about the Lakers as if they were this bottom feeding team and they only won 37 games or something like that. No, they won 47 games. Right? That's hard to do, especially in a stacked Western Conference. Yes, they were a play-in team, but that just shows how good the Western Conference was. Right? So to me, it's just I don't think that they're that far away. And I've talked about this. Now, I do think that they need multiple trades. I think they either need one heavy hitter type trade, or they need 2 key upgraded trades, right? The problem is I don't really see that heavy hitter guy out there. And that doesn't necessarily mean a super. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go and get, somebody like, Giannis or something like that. Just name throwing out there. But I do think that if the Lakers are going to pull off any type of trades, right? Jeremy Grant, let's use him as an example, because he's the guy that's kind of been most linked to the Lakers, and I do think at some point probably gets done. Right? Jeremy Grant, I think makes the Lakers better, but I don't think, I think let's say the Lakers have a 50% chance. I think Jeremy Grant puts them to 55%, right? I think it makes them, marginally better, but not hugely, significantly better. Now they're a top 5 team in the league. But if you get Jeremy Grant and you get a Bruce Brown, right? Like, I think like both individually, again, get you to like 55% or something like that. But I think collectively puts you to like 70%. Like, think of it as like if you've ever placed a parlay, right? If you bet on the games individually, you get X amount, but them combined is a bigger payout, right? Like, so to me, it's kind of the same thing, right? Like, I look at it as like if you get multiple pieces that are significant upgrades, now the Lakers are in that contention status. Because, I mean, look at like Dallas last year is a great example, right? They go and they get Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, who aren't looked at as these like stars or this like significant upgrade or anything, but they were just perfect in their roles and were enough of an upgrade at key positions and needs that it raised the ceiling enough for them to be in the conference finals and then get to the NBA finals. That's how I look at the Lakers, right? I think the Lakers are there, right? I just think that you get the right piece or two that are just even slight upgrades. Now you're there, right? Or you go get, like I mentioned, that home run guy, which again doesn't have to necessarily be a star. Like, I think out of everybody that's out there, the guy that has the most chance of being that like home run hitter would be like a Zach LaVine trade, right? Because I think if Zach LaVine works and he can be efficient, like he can score with the best of them. I mean, that's why he's getting paid 40 plus million, because he is a just scorer. I mean, he played 25 games last year and still gave a 50 piece, right? This guy's one of the best catch and shoot 3-point shooters. Like, I think he has the best chance at being a significant ceiling raiser by himself. But I don't think the Lakers will actually go that route. I think that they'll end up going the Jeremy Grant and, Bruce Brown, or Jeremy Grant and Wendell Carter Jr. type route. I think they'll go that type of route. But I do think that the Lakers, they do need a trade. I maintain that. But I don't think the Lakers need a trade just to make a trade. I don't want to see the Lakers make that mistake, right? I'm old enough to remember Timothy Mozgov and Luol Deng, because the Lakers felt this desperation to get something done, and it ended up backfiring, right? You could get worse, right? Like, Lakers could be worse. I don't want to see the Lakers be worse. I want to see them still maintain and be good enough to compete and contend. Because again, I do think the Lakers can get there, like this season. But, look, at the end of the day, you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You have two top 10 talents on your team. And on top of you having two top 10 talents on your team, you have two guys that are motivated, that just were arguably the two best players on Team USA start to finish, that are coming in and now are going, and I know people make the joke, you're going from Steph, KD to like, D'Lo and Reeves, but still, in all seriousness, like, so are all those other guys, right? I think this team has the talent. I think if Reeves can get back to being more consistent, if D'Lo can maintain his level of play during the regular season, get better offensive and defensive actions and sets, you get just better rotation lineups, can guys like Dalton Connect and Max Christie really kind of take some strides and help be impactful. Rui Hachimura, can he continue doing Rui things? Jared Vanderbilt, if he's healthy, will go a long way. Gabe Vincent, all that. Right? Like, again, this is a roster that last season, even Laker haters were like, like Lakers might actually be very good. Right? They're deep, they're talented, they're versatile, they got size, they have everything, and they were just in the conference finals. And again, even in the playoffs, even with all the Lakers ailments, again, even Laker haters were like, if they just avoid or don't play Denver, they're probably in the NBA Finals. So how do we go from that to this team isn't even a play-in team, this team is trash, right? When nobody really got better. And the teams that really did, like, that you go like OKC and Dallas, stuff, they already are at the top. So it's not like, like, how do you not look at the Lakers at least in the middle of the pack? I don't think anyone got, like, significant. You didn't get Kevin Durant to the Warriors better. Right? Like, even some of the teams, like the Pelicans, right? Like, who knows how they look, right? Do they end up trading Brandon Ingram? If they trade Brandon Ingram, what do they get back for him? Because basically just swapping Brandon Ingram for DeJounte Murray doesn't really move the needle much. I think it makes them a little better, but I don't think it makes them that much better, right? But, if Brandon Ingram is bought in, engaged, focused, and playing at a high level, if he can stay healthy and Zion can stay healthy, then yeah, I do think the Pelicans could be terrifying, right? DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum, but they also don't have a center. So that could be an issue, right? So, I mean, again, there's concerns with them. Sacramento, right? Sacramento went and got DeMar DeRozan. Like, the last thing they needed as a team was another isolation scorer. They needed 3-and-D guys, right? That's what they needed. They needed multiple 3-and-D guys, not another isolation. You already have De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk. And so you went and got another isolation scorer that is best with the ball in his hands, that would take the ball out of Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox's hands, and is limited defensively. Right? Like, yeah, I wanted him on the Lakers, but the Lakers don't have anybody like him. So it made sense. But I think the Lakers will be fine. I think the Lakers are coming. I think that they're going to surprise a lot of people. But what do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.